we train people how to come into the present moment. Here you are worrying or whatever else. Okay.
Let's try it. Okay,
yawn,
think of a
yawn, stretch, or whatever else.
Think of a worry that you have today that you brought in with you. Think of
a worry, and now really immerse yourself in that. And you'll notice that the more you do so, the more yuckier it feels. Don't worry, you're not actually going to manifest this in the world. You're only going to manifest this in your mind.
You're going to manifest the yuckiness, the feeling, right?
Yes,
the feeling tone.
Which is going to release cortisol and other stress neurochemicals. But then here's an easy thing to do. Now I want you to do any one of the following things that bring you the most amount of pleasure. You can yawn. You can slowly stretch in the most pleasurable way possible. You can take your hands and begin to rub them. Give yourself a self-nurturing hug. Anything that gives you that sense of pleasure. And I want you to do that right now for the next 60 seconds as you listen to the sound of this bell. Listen very deeply to the sound of this bell and immerse yourself in the physical, pleasurable sensations of your body. And now notice that it is impossible. You have to work really hard to recall the anxious thought that you were having a moment ago.
You're right.
This brings you into the present moment. And so it's the best test in the world. If you're worrying about something, close your eyes, yawn, stretch, relax, do something pleasurable, take a pleasure break. Then immerse yourself fully into that, and then ask yourself this question: is there really a threat happening to you right now? And no matter what you're worrying about right now, right at this moment as you're listening to me and watching us, and you're feeling a little bit of pleasure, you are truly in the present moment where there is no threat. If there is a real threat, if the worry is real, oh, there's some people out in front of my house, they're nailing a foreclosure notice to my house, I'm about to lose my house. Now you cannot afford to engage in any of those worrisome thoughts because you have a real problem.
Right.
And there's a very simple solution for doing a real problem, and that's part of what my Neuro Wisdom program teaches you how to do. You write out your real problem in 10 words or less. You then write down you break that real problem into the tiniest parts possible. Why is it a problem? It's a problem because of A, B, C, and D. Then you write down a very simple tiny strategy that you can do to solve one small part of that problem, and you must write it down. But here's the magic. Okay, this is a technique we teach our executive MBA students. It's very useful. It's been taught by cognitive therapists for many years. Coaches use this all the time. If you identify your problem while you remain in a deeply relaxed and incredibly attentive and non-judgmental state of being. That's what the definition of mindfulness is. Moment-to-moment awareness of your thoughts, feelings, and sensations without judging them, just watching them occur. If you stay in this relaxed state, and now you say, what is my real problem? And you close your eyes, you listen to a cue, a sound of a bell, you take a deep breath, you do something pleasurable, then you listen to your intuition, not your worrisome mind, not your logical mind, but that part that comes from the anterior cingulate. What is the real problem? You'll usually get a very different answer than what you normally think about. So this is a higher state of awareness, a deeper state of awareness, an expanded state of awareness. And I'm not using those as metaphorical terms because you can see awareness spread throughout your frontal lobes. You stay relaxed, attentive. Suddenly you can identify your problem without stressing yourself out and creating the memory that the problem is real. Then you write down what are the parts of those problems, identify them, but you have to write them down because that slows your brain down. It puts it on a piece of paper. The moment you put any worry, fear, doubt, or problem down on a piece of paper, you'll immediately feel calmer intellectually. But if you do it in this mindful state of staying relaxed, you can get a good list of 10 parts of that problem. And you may see that the problem is really A, B, and C, but not D, E, and F. Then you go deeper into a state of relaxation and you ask your intuition, what are the simplest ways that I can begin to identify that problem and write down 1, 2, 3, 4
Solutions,
ways of doing
right?
that. Now
Well,
you can take action.
Now you can take action, but oftentimes you would never have gotten to that intuitive part of your brain for those answers had you not perhaps gone a little bit more into relaxation and slowing down.
Yes. Your body has to be relaxed. Your mind has to be relaxed. Yawning just turns out to be the fastest way.
Yawning is the real interesting, isn't
Yes.
it? That's like a super highway to that relaxation.
Yes.
Why is that? Why is yawning such a response to the brain?
Gallup and Gallup at the State University of New York are the leading researchers in this. Yawning or even breathing through your nose slows down the metabolism in many parts of your brain. When you're worrying about something, you'll see excessive activity going on in your frontal lobes. One part's doing the worrying, the other part's trying to solve the worry. Too much neurological activity is going on. This is stressful in itself. We can only stay focused on a problem for about 20 seconds, and then we have to upload the same problem again and focus on it again. If we don't take a moment to relax, we're going to interrupt the problem-solving mechanisms that fall outside of our normal range of consciousness. So by yawning, you actually slow down the metabolism throughout your whole brain. Worry goes away, problems go away, excitement goes away, everything goes away because you're just in the present moment and you feel that sense of peacefulness that very few people have fully experienced.